Asteroid City. This was directed by Wes Anderson, the great Wes Anderson, of course. He's awesome here, as always. This is a 2023 film released back in the summer, and this is another one of my favorites of the year. Its world-changing events disrupt the itinerary of a Junior Stargazer Space Cadet convention in an American desert town circa 1955, and is a homage to popular memory and mythology about UFOs and extraterrestrials in the southwestern desert. This has a massive ensemble cast, as all of his movies, such you have Jason Schwartzman, you have Liev Schreiber, Hope Davis, Steve Park, Tony Revolori, Jake Ryan, Jeff Goldblum, Margot Robbie, Willem Dafoe, Chau, Maya Hawke, Rupert Friend, Adrien Brody, Bryan Cranston, Tilda Swinton, Tom Hanks, Jeffrey Wright, Matt Dillon, Edward Norton. You also have Rita Wilson and Sophia Lillis. So many great casting choices in this film. So I was looking forward to this one because anything Wes Anderson does so far, he has not let me down. I like his style and his cinematic influences when it has a unique directorial style that is very auteuric, and the themes of his stories is postmodern and also capers and also visual style, and his soundtracks. I was looking forward to this because this looked like it was gonna be my thing, and everything I've seen of the guy is great. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, Rushmore, you got The French Dispatch and Isle of Dogs, and The Grand Budapest Hotel. My favorite being Fantastic Mr. Fox. I love that film. It's such a good movie. Such a good film. Movies I want to talk about in the review series sometimes. This guy always knows what he's doing, and he's great. So while this is not one of his best, I thought this is another great Wes Anderson film with a story that he wants to tell. And that's going to be the first thing I will give credit to in terms of a positive, is the story that he wants to tell. This is a movie that is going for things that you really would not expect for him to go for, but I think the way it comes about it is the way it plays out in terms of story. And I really enjoyed a lot of what this movie was giving me in terms of a story. This is a movie that's dealing with UFOs and such, but I think the way he wants to pay homage to that era is really good and really well done. I like a lot of what he's offering here. I like a lot of what this movie is asking for him to give us as film lovers, but it also just goes into some pretty awesome directions that you never really see there. And when it comes to a story that's taking place in the 50s, I quite really like that part of the movie. And it was just such a satisfying little watch. Goes at it in terms of its capable storytelling. It shows why this movie is well done. The alien scene is one of the best scenes of the year, of course. There's a lot of different plot lines and a lot of different stories that's going on here. And it doesn't come together fully as you want it to go for, which is one of my issues when it comes to it. But it examines people, how they were intrusive thoughts, and none of the fluff that we add to ourselves to cover up our true feelings. And it's also one of the weirdest movies that kept me intrigued as it was going along, because I was very intrigued at a lot of the weirdness here. It just goes for a lot of what he wants to go for, and it keeps you interested and it keeps you going to see where it's going to go. And there are some characters here that doesn't get a lot of screen time, but for the most part, I think in terms of his story, it goes for it. The dialogue mostly is very competent, it's very colorful. There are some beautiful, good-looking shots. There are some very funny moments, some very weird moments, and it is very well edited in terms of what it's going for in terms of it. And so I definitely love what he's going for. He's basically going for Alien and Don't Look Up, and also Nope is trying to do. But I definitely really gratefully appreciate the fact that it wanted to go in that route. And I thought for the most part, it gave you what you want. It gave me what I wanted to see, and it gave me what I thought it would. There is also ways he plays with the movie, isn't a televised way. You see behind the scenes look at the playwrights and actors of this play. You also see the aspect ratio change from black and white to full screen to widescreen. So he does play with that a lot here, and it feels like a retro feel in an old Western movie, but it's like a small little love letter for the budget that is able to be given with him. But I think the way he goes about it is very good here. I will say that the production design is really well done, and I will say for editing wise, it's beautiful. It's beautifully edited, it's beautifully competently handled, and I think the way that the movie played out was actually pretty competent and pretty interesting. So in terms of acting, everyone in this cast does a good job. There are some I like more than others, some get a lot more to do, but I think for the most part, everyone does a good job. So you got a great cast here. Jason Schwartzman, between this and Across the Spider-Verse, he is on a roll. He's fantastic here. I think he really does a good job here. Scarlett Johansson, she's great as well. Can't go wrong with Scarlett Johansson. Tom Hanks is good. I also love Jeffrey Wright, Bryan Cranston, Matt Dillon, Sophia Lillis was great. Rita Wilson was great. Fisher Stevens, Margot Robbie for the little screen time she has. Sophia Lillis was good. Chau, Bryan Cranston, Edward Norton. So this entire cast does a really good job. And also Steve Carell, Maya Hawke was great, which I love seeing Maya Hawke could get more to work. She's fantastic. So I think the performances wise is really good. I love the performances when it comes to the film. So I very much enjoyed a lot of what is going on in terms of filmmaking wise and what the film goes. So absolutely does a really good job in terms of what the movie does here. So I think all of that does a really good job here when it comes to the performances wise. I'll also say the score I think is really good. Here you have a great musical score by Alexandre Desplat. Cinematography by Robbie Yeoman is great, and it's paced very well. An hour and 45 minutes. And $25 million, it looks like a good movie. It looks like a fantastic film. In terms of my criticisms here, as I said, there is a few cast members I do wish got more to do than others. Now, a lot of this cast is great, but there's some people that I feel are in here for one scene or two that gets a little bit sidelined. And that's a little bit of an issue when it comes to Wes Anderson's films. Some cast members are going to get underused for the most part, but I think for the most part, they do the best they can in terms of what they go with. And also, I will say, it gets a little weird here, and not everything comes together in terms of what it's setting out to do, which is another one of my biggest issues here. But those are really my only two complaints when it comes to the film. It's just some actors need to do more, and it does get a little bit on the weird side. Overall, I found this film to be absolutely entertaining and entertainingly fun. I thought for the most part the movie gave you exactly what you wanted. I thought the movie did what it set out to do, and for the most part I thought this was a satisfying watch. I thought for the most part it gave me what I want. I was intrigued. I enjoyed it. The direction was good, the acting was good, the story was fun, and for the most part it gave me what I enjoyed. It had its issues. It's not Wes Anderson's best, but I enjoyed it for the most part for what we got. I will give this an Epictastic as well.
Well, that's gonna do it for the video that you just watched. If you want to see more, my channel icon is up here. If you want to see more content from me, all my social medias are right here in this end card. I will also leave a playlist and a video here for you to see what the channel is about. As always, acknowledge me, stay epitastic, join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.